Okay, guys, we're going to go back and have another look at the markets.
Wait. Matron, take them away. Oh.
And a warm welcome to one and all. And if this is your first time here, the big fella, that is the Scruffy trader. And next to me is the smiling Wonder Wink. And she's wondering what music I'm going to play today because she's been telling me off.
Your music's dreadful.
If you saw the video I did earlier on the Euro, I made sort of reference to it because she was kicking off this morning. And she buggered off. So she's here now. She can see our little piece.
I don't have a piece, but tweedledee, tweedledum.
It's fantastic.
It's rubbish.
It's fantastic.
Do you know what's even worse?
What?
You know all the words.
Because it's fantastic.
It's rubbish.
Here, I'll pay
I'd
you.
be embarrassed, actually.
Shut up.
You should hang your head in
Shut
shame.
up. It is. This is what it is, right? I can only pay a little bit because I might get it wrong. But there you go.
Or tweedledee, or tweedledum.
That's fantastic. That is really good. But you know what's even better? While I was doing that video, one of the orders came in, which was cable. And I said I'd monitor it, and you'll see the results later on. But I thought what I'll do is I'll come live on camera so you can actually see it in motion as well. Ta-da! There it is. And it's about to pop into target. And I know I get excited and you sort of think, well, all you ever do is show your trades when they're winning. But what you got to remember is I do show losing trades, but I have a hit rate of over 90%. You know, my stats, here, I'll show you them. It is running really high. And at the moment, in fact, I will show you something because I was getting pulled on this today. In other words, Popeye was kicking off yet again.
Yes, Bo. Shut your hole!
There's a shock. Right. Let's have a look here. Let me just find this. Okay. It'd work better, guys, if I was actually prepared, but I'm not. I do everything on the hoof because there's absolutely there's no scripts in these because this is our working day. Are you working?
You tell me. I have to be organised and plan my day. How come you don't? Yes,
do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah. Stop preaching. Get on with it.
Shut up, cow. Right, I'll rephrase that. When it comes to the charts, you are a cow. You are. You have a go at me all the time. But you made the coffee, so you're a good girl today. I like you. That's lovely. Because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee. And that's what she's doing. She's actually putting these onto social media. So I'm actually astounded, to be honest. Because
astounded? I do work every day.
No, you turn up every day. Doesn't mean see you do any work. This is the beauty of what we do, you see. We work together and we bicker on all day.
I know, you're moaning again.
Shut up. Right? I'm very methodical and I plan my charts and I plan my day trading. When it comes to YouTube...
You just said you don't plan anything. It's all on the hoof.
Okay. Well, the mind's an amazing organ.
I've got an amazing organ.
It's capable of far more than you'd imagine.
Right again.
Right, do you know the other day when we were talking about sex life and gags and everything? I think I... Oh, no. Sorry, that was a different video.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Right, okay, all right. She is actually working, and she looks after the social media side of sorts of what we do. But aside that, oh God, what a day.
Hey, you got up on one now.
I know. As you might have gathered, nothing is ever scripted. Right? The camera goes on while I'm working the chart, and I'll explain to the guys what I'm doing, and then wink and I'll pop in and cause mayhem, right? But what this snapshot is showing you is I started this particular account on the 12th of July. We're now 3rd of August. I haven't lost a trade, not one. All right. So it's a clean run right the way through. It's done 20 grand. It's running at 2.9. I was at 3, but I dropped a bit of a bollock here because there's 2 trades that were deemed fat finger trades, and I had to kill them off early. They were still in profit, but they weren't in the threshold. So you still make mistakes, but the kicker is you've got to know when it's a mistake and just accept it and just get out. Either get out for a small loss, scratch, or a small profit, and that's what happened there. And there you go. I can't get that any cleaner. I genuinely can't. And if you kind of look here, I do a lot for the 5%ers. They also put a lot of faith in me, and that's why I do the training for their in-house, and I'm doing webinars for their sort of members as well. And anyway, if you're interested in the 5%ers and going along, making your pennies stretch further, do go in the description and you'll find a link directly to them, and there's a 5% discount if you use it. So happy day. So right, let's get back to what we're talking about after we've been on a tangent because Winky rudely interrupted us.
Looking very chirpy, Bowles. You've been sitting on the washing machine again.
Well, you did.
Silent now. I've been to
Oh God, here we go. For all of you husbands out there, and I do say husbands because this isn't a politically correct channel. In fact, the woke brigade can sod off. They can go and live with Popeye.
Here we go.
All right. This is a channel for normal people who like to see real world trading, not the dickheads.
You ding dong!
Give it to me again.
You ding dong!
I don't think you're allowed to say that.
What? Why not? Well, if I saw him in the street, I'd call him a dickhead. You know me, I would.
You probably would.
No, I've got no time for anybody that's going to purposely hurt or sort of, well, in that case, sort of mislead and scam somebody. I've got zero time for anybody like that. None whatsoever.
You know, you're a classic example of the inverse ratio between the size of the mouth and the size of the brain.
But in here, when I'm dealing with the guys in the squad, and I know it's a bit of a ramble, and it's just a little sort of shout to them, this lot, so you can kind of see, this is highly moderated. There's Dogbite. Hello, Dwayne. Hope you enjoyed your jollies. But we have a good chat in here as well as discussing the chart, and that's because I get to know each of them individually, and I've got a lot of time for them. And I think that's the way it should be in trading. Too many just like churn anybody and everybody. And all you're there for is basically just buy my course. And then when it screws up, on you go. I don't believe in that. And there isn't anybody who's ever sort of contacted me, not got an answer. Anybody that's in the group contacts me, I always answer. And it doesn't matter if it's late at night, early in the morning, I answer them. And people that I have done one-to-ones with, they're not left on their own. I continue the journey with them. You know, they can contact me anytime thereafter. And to me, that's the way it should be.
Isn't that logical?
Anyway, enough of rabbling on. What are we doing? Well, I'm basically showing you a trade that I put in earlier on, and I didn't want it to be a case of is it going to or is it not, and you'd be left in the dark. I thought I'd show you it, which is why I flipped the camera back on. So what we can see is it's the only trade running, and it's following on from this, what you saw in the other video. Now, ideally out of it, I want about 100 quid, which is kind of down onto this line. Now, it's getting close to it, but it's pushed away. But let's have a little look at the chart and get an understanding of what it is that I'm looking at. Well, it is a short play. And if I just whip that back up, you can see that I'm in the trade. It's telling me. But it also told me it was a sell, and it's what's deemed a B grade. I score all of my trades, and it's a great way to filter down if you're unsure. Now, your filters can be anything, you know, as long as you filter. So you might trade one market only. Well, then you filtered all of the noise out. And talking of noise, if you're going into forums and everything, take what people say with a pinch of salt. Unless they're prepared to show you real figures in a statement like what I've just put up there, they're normally just talking out their ass. There's a few that put it up and they go, I do 400 pips every day. Do you bollocks? Because the bloody market won't give you 400 pips every day. Stop being a prick. Anyway, sorry. I saw one yesterday in one of the groups that I come into, and I just always think to myself, you know, you can see a photoshopped screenshot a mile off, and he does it all the time. You just think, idiot.
You were literally too stupid to insult.
Anyway, sorry. So filter the noise out. That'll calm your mindset down. Filter all your trades down. So your first filter is market. So that's what that sheet is. Filters all of the markets out into just a handful that I'll look at. And then I can focus on just a little bit. But then focus down the time frames into the trade. And if your time frames are conflicting, well, your filters is telling you it's not ready. So you wait for the time frames to come together. And if you've got to wait all day, well, you wait all day. It's not uncommon for me to start talking with the chaps 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and they're all revving up. And I don't take a trade till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and they've already been in God knows how many times. But they'll have been under pressure. I'm not under pressure because I wait. The only pressure I've got sitting right next to me. You know, I mean, talk about, you're a nightmare at times, you.
I've been told to be quiet.
Oh, God, there we go. Militant as always. What was I saying about the husbands earlier on? Yeah, I forgot. And then I remembered. Is your wives like what mine is? You know, because she just whams on all the time, you know. And it's always taken to the extreme. And everything that's said is literal. You know, I mean, you need to tune your sort of sense of humour in a little bit.
Is that right?
Yeah. And I'm going to put Middle of the Road back on again for you. And we're going to have a bit of a sing-song. We'll do Solely Solely next.
I think I might
And
have
Chirpy Chirpy Cheep Cheep.
my headphones or somewhere.
Oh, I can put them on your headphones for you. That's all right.
No, it's not.
Right. So, anyway, what are we looking at? And yes, I know it'll get downvoted straight away because all you want is a strategy. Well, good luck with that one. Strategy isn't how you make money.
You serious?
Mindset's how you make money. Strategy is the second part of the puzzle. And again, if you think you're ever going to find it for free on the internet, very, very few will give you something that's absolutely rock solid for free.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
It's just nature of the world. And, well, like I say, it's just the nature of the world. Freeloaders get nowhere. If you want to survive in trading or any job, you've got to invest your time, and sometimes you've got to invest your money if you haven't got the skill set and you need to bring it up to speed. It's just the way of the world, guys. If you're a freeloader and you think you're going to do everything for free, just give up. Go get a job in McDonald's. You'll do far better. Right, sorry, let's get on to this because I was going to get on one there. Downward move. But what's happening with this downward move? Well, you can see it's in waves. You know? Now, I'm not a big lover of wave trading, like the Elliott wave and things like that. But they do have the place, if you can see it. Well, in here, I can see the wave. I can see the push-up. It's failing to get to here, telling me the pressure's still down. It's slammed down. It's pushed up, but it's stalling on the same low points as here. And these are just sort of flush out tails. that's sure the pressure's still down. So if that's the case, this can move back down, and the overall is actually down here somewhere. And that's just off the hour. So why target here? Because it's a roadblock in the way, and I don't want to. Basically what I'm looking for free fall. From there to there is a pocket of air, so there's nothing to stop it if it's in motion. That's what I'm looking for. And if it moves back up, don't matter. It's just a bounce point, come back down again. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. See what this is saying. This is telling me the same story, that this is going down. You can clearly see the move down. You can see the huge tail, so the pressure is still down. So if it's going to top out, or bottom out in this case, it's going to be in around here, and then it's going to thump all the way down to here. So all that do is you get your money out at this point, reevaluate what's going on, and there's nothing to say you can't go back in if you haven't been paid enough. And then come down the time frames, and you can start fine-tuning how to get in. Well, what do we have? We have the push, we have the move back down to a solid support and resistance, back up to another solid support and resistance. But what's in the middle is this high point giving you this area here. Now that gave me a trigger to enter in, and okay, I should have pulled some money out, but I'm just going to let it ride down into here. That's simple, guys. That's simple. And if that moves right up to there, all I'll do is I'll just average in, because my thesis is to the downside. So me putting trades or averaging into a trade that is deemed to be going against me is actually good common sense, because it's getting me better pricing, and it's also making the trade work less hard. Simple stuff. That is a major concept that you need to get your head around, because if you're 100% of market here, you've got nowhere to go. And that's that. So somebody's at the door. So what I'll do is I'll let this play out, and I'll come back to you at the end. Okay, boys and girls, killed it. And I've killed it for a good reason. It's having real trouble on this level that I've put in. As you can see, it keeps coming down and pushing away, coming down and pushing away. And as you can see, it's coming in again. But I've kind of hit the figures that I'm after. Just shy a couple £100. But you can't win them all. Or rephrase that. Well, no, you can't win them all. Or you can't get everything you want out of it, should we say. You know, sometimes you've just got to take what the market can offer. And I believe that's all it's offering at this moment in time. And you can see it's struggling, and it's been doing this for quite a while. I've been sitting in it. So why stress it? Is it not better to take what the market is paying at this point? In other words, market value is only a couple £100, so that's all I'm getting. I could have been out a bit earlier and sort of started banking a bit more, but I thought it would have come down into the red level that I started with, and it still might. It still might do it for sometime today. But my job is not to sit in pain and worry about the markets. My job is to get in, get out, get paid, and that's it. That's my job. That's the job of a trader. And I have no desire to be in and out the markets all day. You know, if I've got a trading arena, which you have just seen me working within, and it went to the upper point of it, you know, the top blue line. If I flash this back, I'll show you. Here, it went to it, but it never breached it, so it stayed within this trading arena that I was working within. So I was quite happy. However, if it had gotten past that blue line, I'd have been having little thinks about, do I start managing out of this trade? And what those blue lines are, they are checkpoints for me to get in, get out, and also, if it's going against me, monitor the market. And that's what levels are for. Why? Because that's where price reacts. It's where price sort of starts making its decision as to its journey. The bus stop. And that's why I call it a bus stop or train station. Because it will stop at that point and have a bit of a think. And you can get on and you can get off. If you try and catch a moving train, it'll rip your arm clean off. So that's why I wait for levels. Levels are so important, guys. So there we go. That was just backing up something that was said in the other video. Just so you could see it play out. A little bit of a rant, bit of a laugh with Wink. And I'm going to play some of the most horrific music this afternoon just to wind her up. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.